Hello, everybody. It is, guess what day it is? Yeah, I can't believe it either. It is Thursday. How did that happen so fast? Again, check-in Thursday. I am so excited to jump on in here to say hello to my amazing unstoppable women. You are all doing such an amazing job in this program, and truly every day taking the different steps that you are taking to ensure that you are continuing on this journey to you. And today, I just wanted to pop on in here and just have a quick little moment that I'm going to be with you. And my topic tonight is: do you have the grit factor? You know, when I talk about grit factor, I'm talking about that which you need in order to truly unleash your own uniqueness. You know, you and I, we're created in the image of God. We're created in His likeness, and He's the one that gives us life. And one of the capabilities that I know that we have, which is so powerful, is we have that which we can call forth um, anything that's void. We can bring it into our minds. We can bring it into fruition. We can manifest things in our lives. And, every single thing, I just think about that. Every single thing that has happened in my life, every single thing that's happened in your life has brought you to this place in which you are now on your journey to be you, to unleash your own uniqueness. And this journey to you is a powerful step in the right direction. It's a powerful step in learning how to live from the state of who you really are. It's learning how to live from that space where you are consciously living a life that is purposeful, a life that is pleasing to God, a life that is not just a life about you and you alone, but a life that is a fulfillment of that which God has created you to be. And when I think about this, life is not happening to you. Life isn't happening to me either. Life is happening through you, and life is happening as you. And all of, I think, again, the situations and the conditions and everything that show up in your life, these things are necessary. They are a necessary part of your growth. They're a necessary part of your spiritual growth, a part of your emotional growth. They're a necessary part of your intellectual growth as a human being, as our this human experience that we're having. And the opportunity that you have really is to recognize that you have the capability. You have the capability to relate to your higher self. You have the capability to relate to yourself in challenging situations. We've gone through quite a bit of lessons over the past 5 weeks. We've talked about coming out of your comfort zone, really understanding what the terror barrier is and breaking through that terror barrier. We talked about your purpose, vision, and your goals, and then you came up with your vision statement. At least you have an idea of that which that you want, that which you are longing for. Then we talked about living a life of harmony, really understanding, coming from a place of understanding so that your life can be in harmonious alignment with the Creator. And then last week we talked about forgiveness, and when you think about all of these things, and of course there are more lessons on this journey to you. We just went through just 5 of them together. This practice of getting in harmony with the thoughts that are really for your highest good. That is called grit. It's called grit because it is not easy to think from this higher awareness when the physical evidence and the things that we see around us are not really in alignment with what we want. When everything around us is seducing us and really pulling us to think from this condition instead of thinking from the vision and the dream that we have for ourselves. I think about God's grace, grace and His love, and also the power that comes from God. It's everywhere around us. It's not just when we meet with a certain group of people, or it's everywhere. And you have access to God's grace. You have access to this grit that's within you. Have access to it at all times. But it will take a level of, I call it again, grit. It will take a level of grit to hold that awareness in the presence of difficult situations. I think about today is Thursday. We had election on Tuesday. I'm not one to talk about politics too much. I pray a lot about what it is I'm going to do. I go out there and I vote, and I have strong views about certain things, and then I leave the rest up to God. But here we are, it's Thursday, and we don't know. And so we have to have grit in order to push through that, to really push through the things that we don't want, to push through what we're seeing so that the awareness, we can hold on to the awareness of what it is that we want in the presence of challenging situations. We have to be able to do that. And I think about this, I call it the practice of having a long view, right? Instead of having a short view, we can have a long view, and we can see way out there, we can see in any given situation, really is to hold ourselves open to the possibility that there's a good beyond the good, right? There's a good beyond the bad. There's a good that you can perceive through your limited understanding. And there's a God. There's a God that is at work in perfection in any place and space in this entire world. And that's both seen and unseen things. That's both manifested and unmanifested things. And that is why we have to have grit in order to reach to the point where we can truly fulfill our God-given purpose. You will understand as you continue on this road, you will know that you're on track to your dream and to that vision and to that purpose by the aliveness that comes within you, that feeling that you get when you're just alive. And when you know that that you're off track, when things are just topsy-turvy, it's a struggle. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a struggle as well when you're on track. But there's something inside of you that causes you to push through that struggle because you know that if you don't do this, it's not going to be done by anyone else. Again, grace, love, and God's power, it's everywhere and it's accessible to you. You don't have to go looking very far for it. This grit that we have is really what's holding you accountable to be in harmony with your thoughts, to be in harmony with everything that is going to help you to get to that place where you're really able to unleash you. Again, I call this the grit factor. Do you have it? Do you have that grit factor? Were you working through those questions and doing that introspection, that inside job, on that topic of forgiveness? Were you really working through that? Because it's that grit factor, it's unique. It's unique to you. It's unique to every experience that we have as a human being. And it is the ability to match your divine capacity, I call it, to which is really given to us all, So that grit that you have, it's really what's going to push you forward. And I believe that you do have it because we all have it. We've got to tap into that grit because that's what brings us into harmony with God through our conscious mind, and really it brings us into a place of guidance. From that what we call that still voice, that feather, right? And really, when you get to that point where you're at the edge of your becoming, of being you, when you're at that edge, when this whole curriculum I call of growth, that's what life is. It's a curriculum of growth. It's suited exactly for the lessons that your soul needs. It's suited for exactly the lessons that you need intellectually in order for you to get to the place where you're not just about you, but you are about others. You are about contributing to others and recognizing that you have what it takes to get there. I just think about this opportunity that we get to be together, or that we've had to be together over this past 5 weeks. And I look forward to Saturday when we'll really wrap it up with the lesson on problem solving, and you get to bring your friends along with you. So I'm looking forward to seeing your beautiful faces and getting to meet some new friends as well. And really, I want to encourage you to stay gritty. Stay gritty, stay gritty. You've got what it takes. You've got the grit factor. And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, along with your friends. Stick with the work. Don't give up. Keep gritty. Keep going through it. Keep doing the introspection. Keep asking yourself those questions. Just keep pushing through it. You can do this. You can do this. Thank you for the privilege of allowing me to come alongside you. I'm really grateful for that. Again, this is our check-in Thursday, and I want to thank you for investing in yourself so that this world can truly experience you the way that God intended it to. Have a great night.